What's up, guys? Welcome to Good Bad Wrestling No Holds Barred. This is the show where we dig up bad wrestling and then bury it again. I am your host, John.
I'm Jack Brinks.
You can find this show everywhere where they got podcasts. We're on Apple, Google, Spotify, the works. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any episodes. Go back and listen to the old episodes. We've dug up all the classics like Steiner Math and Sumo Wrestling and the Shockmaster, the Final Deletion, all that kind of stuff. So go back and listen to those old episodes after you subscribe. You can now watch us on the YouTubes.
Which we are in the middle of trying to get all the old episodes up.
Yeah, we're
on the YouTube.
Yeah, but all the upcoming ones and new ones are going on to the YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button, let us know what you guys think. We want to hear from you everywhere. Facebook, Good Bad Wrestling, No Holds Barred, all of it. So we love hearing from you guys. We're really social and active on there. So hit us up, let us know what you think, give us your suggestions, and we love hearing from you guys. On this episode, you are going into this blind. You have no idea what we're doing today.
100% no clue what's going on. Not at all.
So we were trying to think of topics for a show, and I remembered something that I saw on What Culture's website. So whatculture.com. I'm giving them full credit for this concept, but what I'm going to do is use what they came up with to quiz you on. We're going to play America's new favorite game show.
The game show music? I don't know.
Who said it? Vince McMahon or Donald Trump? So this quiz is something that I found on whatculture.com.
This episode is going to be huge.
Huge. So I'm going to give you some quotes, and then I need you to tell me who said it and why you think that. Are you ready?
All right.
All right. Question number 1. I understand the common man because I understand me. Is that Vince McMahon or Donald Trump?
I'm going to say Trump.
That's a Vince McMahon quote. He's the common man. He's the 6'4", jacked since the day he was born, grapefruit for testicles, common man. Racist and sexist. Okay.
Common man.
Common man. Okay, number 2. The beauty of me is that I'm very rich.
Jesus. I hate these because I try to strategize and try to figure out which is like. Did they say it in a duet?
They said it together.
I'm also gonna say Trump.
That is correct. That is Donald Trump. The beauty of him is that he's very rich.
That's probably the only thing beautiful about that guy.
Number 3, I'm like you. I'm going to tell you I'm a hugger, a very deep hugger, even with men.
Jesus. Man, he hugs the man deep.
A very deep hugger, even with men.
That to me screams Vince McMahon.
That is Vince McMahon. Yeah, either one of them though, you can hear making the caveat even with men.
like he's trying to prove.
Yeah.
That he
yeah. I'm a regular person.
I mean, even men. I'll hug men.
All right, here comes number 4. I have never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke.
Well, all right. So, me and my wife had a discussion about this. Today. Trump is known for his god awful diet.
That's like straight McDonald's
and KFC and anything under the sun that you shouldn't be eating, that man eats. He's also like a fat shamer. Even though I'm going McMahon.
That was Trump. That was Trump and his KFC and McDonald's diet, who's never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke.
And So I was kind of going with like, I don't expect, or I expect Trump to say something like that. And I didn't expect McMahon, but I definitely could see him saying it
Yeah.
because he comes off as kind of a prick.
Yes, kind of. All right, here we go. I think Viagra is wonderful if you need it. I've just never needed it. Frankly, I wouldn't mind if there were an anti-Viagra. I'm not bragging. I just don't need it.
Hulk Hogan.
Option C.
Oh, anti-Viagra.
The fact that it's so hard to decide is so funny.
Like, I'm going Vince because he does his. He's so like he's talked about his grapefruits, his balls for years, and how virile he is, and how like that's just his thing. I'm going Vince.
That was Trump.
God damn it.
That was Trump.
Is there like a score? Maybe we'll have to add a little scorecard to the video.
Okay, this one is one of the most interesting and maybe the hardest one to decide. Are you sitting down?
Yes. Okay.
Oh man, this is
Hard to read.
all right. Okay, we probably should have said this up front. These quotes do not represent Good Bad Wrestling.
Well, you're quoting,
yeah.
quote unquote, end quote.
God damn it. All right, I'm just going to say it. She does have a nice figure. If she weren't my daughter, I'd be dating her.
So that one's easy because it's a big. I follow a lot of politics. That's 100% Trump.
That is Trump. I don't agree with you that was easy to figure out.
Because
oh, you knew.
I knew
Oh, okay.
that's been a thing that people have tried to say. He's talking about banging his daughter.
Both of them have made a lot of public statements along these lines.
Yeah,
which is vile. Okay.
I just don't. So we've all been there. Like, there's things you might think that you just don't say. Like,
that's just. That speaks to so much bigger problems. Okay, moving on because I have to. I get a kick out of working with the media, but the standards of the media in this country have dropped to an all-time low level of credibility. Seems like an obvious one, but it could be very much be a bait and switch.
Well, so it's obvious because fake news, like it's such a big thing, but then you go back to the McMahon interview
with Bob Costas.
Bob Costas on the XFL.
Side note: if somebody out there has the clean video of Vince knocking the papers out of Bob Costas's hands, or has a link to a good video, we can't find the one we want to use so that we can do an episode about that interview that Vince did with Bob Costas.
John will give you his T-shirt.
Yeah, just send us. Yeah, exactly. Send us the clean video if you have a link or if you can find it so we can do that episode.
Man, I'm gonna go Trump.
That's Vince McMahon. That's Vince McMahon.
I wonder what he was saying that in relation to. Like, does it give you when these quotes were?
No, it's just the quote and then a checkbox. Okay, number 8. It really doesn't matter what people say so long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of ass. Could be talking about one of their daughters, could be talking about Trish Stratus, could be talking about any number of this is just locker room talk. As long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of ass. One of these men is the leader of a global publicly traded company. The other is the leader of Earth. So,
well, and publicly traded
Yeah.
global companies. Oh man, I'm gonna say Vince.
that was Trump.
Dude, I'm like,
That was Trump that just needs a young and beautiful piece of ass. Okay. I saw his first speech and he gave all thanks to God. And I thought, wow, if this guy thinks he's got a closer connection to God than I have, that's not good.
so
One of these men is arrogant enough to think that they have the closest connection to God.
I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but we covered a whole segment on Vince McMahon versus God.
Yeah, Vince McMahon is 1-0 against God, by the way.
So I'm going Vince.
That was Vince. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he connected right on God's jaw with a clothesline.
God.
Okay, number 10. One thing I'll insist on is that people not be politically correct. I can't stand politically correct.
I want to say Trump.
That was Vince.
Damn it. For the record, I agree with that statement.
So this is going to be the multipleth.
That's a word. Multiple.
The multipleth time that I've mentioned this. You have to start watching Cobra Kai because that's what
I know.
It's about. People not being politically correct. It's amazing.
I think people should be less politically correct and just say what you think.
I think there's a happy medium between like back in the day and cancel culture. We can land somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Don't be a prick.
Don't be a pussy either. Okay. Okay, got that. Okay, so I get more out of one big breath of fresh air than people get out of breathing in and out in a lifetime. Hang on, I need to read that
I need
again.
some clarification.
I get more out of one big breath of fresh air than most people get from breathing in and out for a lifetime. That seems pretty cut and dry to me.
Okay, no, I need clarification. By breathing, like, in and out, or like breathing in and out, like the burger.
I get a lot out of breathing in and out. The onions, the cheese, it does a lot for me, actually.
The well done fries.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, if anyone's listening, can just bring some over.
If you're not eating your In-N-Out fries well done, you're failing at life.
Yeah, you need to
Their fries
check
are
your
not
priorities.
that impressive regularly, but if you get them well done, that's the way to go. Anything else, you're wrong.
The B's and E's. I'm going Vince.
That was a Vince quote. That was a Vince. He not only does he have a closer connection to God than anyone alive.
He breathes better than you.
He breathes better than you. Okay. This is another one that's kind of tough to read. If you guys have been following the show, you know to what depths the racism of WWE knows, and it's none. You also, if you follow anything, you know that Trump is not exactly
the most tactful.
Mother Teresa. I have a great relationship with African Americans. I just have great respect for them, and they like me. I like them.
These aren't our opinions.
It's not Hulk Hogan.
I can't pick Hogan.
It's not Hulk Hogan.
I can't pick Booker T. Also made some comments. I'm gonna go Trump.
That was Trump. That was Trump. They like me, and I like them.
If you have to say it, like,
I have black friends.
One's come over to my house. Like, it's just.
Okay, here, you've been struggling here. I got a layup for you. I have balls the size of grapefruits, and one day you'll be spitting out the seeds.
Pretty sure I saw that episode of, I think it was SmackDown.
Yeah, that's a Vince McMahon spitting out the seeds.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's a visual for you.
Man, I gotta.
Okay, this is the 14th question. out of I don't know, it's like 20 or 25, but this is the 14th. Think of just the general tone of the previous 13. My net worth is $8 billion. I'm not saying that to brag, because you know what? I don't have to brag. You don't, because one of you breathes better than us.
That's gonna be Trump.
That's Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 billion is 8 times more than Vince has ever been worth. I mean, whether that's true or not.
Yeah.
The concept of shaking hands is absolutely terrible, and statistically, I've been proven right. This was written long before coronavirus, by the way.
In what context?
The stats from Harvard.
From stuff?
Science.
I'm going to say Vince.
That's Trump. Trump has been proven right that statistically shaking hands is terrible.
How's he done so many business deals?
I'm just picturing some lackey putting a manila envelope across his desk, and he opens it up and it just says shaking hands terrible, and he's like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Okay, number 16, on the word fuck. It's not just that the word refers to my favorite thing to do in life. It's that we want communication that's visceral.
It's so deep.
It's philosophy, really.
Prophetic? Is that the...
It's probably not deep, though.
No. It's not Hulk Hogan.
It's certainly not Terry Bollea.
Oh, man. I'm going to go Vince.
That was Vince. He did on the word fuck.
I mean, again, he's not wrong. It's the Swiss Army knife of words.
You're gonna be spitting out the seeds. My fingers are long and beautiful. As it has been well documented, are various other parts of my body. Well documented. It's a first page says shaking hands, terrible. Turn the page. You have many long and beautiful body parts.
I'm gonna have to go Trump, and I'm saying it because everybody makes a big deal out of saying he has small hands.
Yeah, when he during the campaign, that was like one of the things against him was his tiny hands.
How he holds water bottles.
Yeah, but his fingers are long and beautiful, as is well documented.
As the other parts, I'm assuming they mean his hair, his toupee.
Yeah. Oh, good God! I just
Did you not read these before?
Not all of them. So when you do the quiz, it doesn't give you the answers until you're done. So I just started randomly hitting buttons to get to the end, and I only read the first handful. So number 18, I get off on the number of orgasms a woman has when I'm the reason she's having them.
Again, it's like, it's one of those things you think.
But if you're the leader of a giant company or the president of the United States, don't say it.
I wonder if a lot of these things are said in, like we said, like locker room talk.
Yeah, I don't know where these quotes necessarily came from. And like I said, I got this from whatculture.com. So if they're not accurate, tell them.
Like, I don't have a problem with a lot of them, because a lot of them, it's like, if you're hanging out with dudes drinking at your house and you say, everyone says crap.
Yeah. Dudes say terrible stuff.
I'm going to say Vince.
That was Vince. That is a Vince.
Don't call it a comeback.
Just spitting out the seeds. Before a show, this one's kind of obvious. Before a show, I'll go backstage and these incredible looking women are standing there with no clothes, but I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner.
That's actually not obvious, because Trump owned and ran Miss Universe.
That's true.
I'm saying Vince because you gave it away.
My bad.
But Miss Universe was his.
Yeah, I stepped on the pop on that one.
But that's 100% something either could say.
So recently we reviewed the concept of a bra and panties match and the whole Divas era and just how women in that company were treated on camera
Yeah.
for a generation. This quote is deeply disturbing. That he gets to go into the locker room when the incredible looking women are standing there with no clothes because I'm the owner. Like, is there about to be like a Harvey Weinstein situation where a bunch of women are about to step forward about stuff like this? Like, that's
Again, I'd like to hear. I'd like to know the context in which.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if these are true or not, but that's terrible. On the same topic, the worst sex I've ever had has always been great.
I'm gonna have to steal that one. I mean, it's not true, but I might have to steal it. I'm gonna go Trump on that one.
That was Vince. That was Vince, and those are the 20 quotes of whether or not they were Vince or Donald Trump. The fact that they're so similar in this regard is really amusing to me. Like, really amusing. I wonder if all like maniacal billionaires are this way.
Well, they're friends.
Yeah,
They're close.
do you have to be this way in order to become a billionaire, or does being a billionaire turn you this way?
No, I think you'd have to have it in you.
You could probably throw Mark Cuban into this exact same thing. Do you know what I mean? Like Jeff Bezos obviously is not the most stand-up dude ever.
No.
Like, you could probably throw a lot of famous billionaires into this list, and you wouldn't be able to tell who these quotes were from.
I wonder if it's not. What if it's not the billionaire, the billions that turned you into this, but you have to have these qualities to be a billionaire? Like,
Okay,
you
so
have to.
I have an idea. Let's go down to the college that's nearby. Let's just walk straight into the women's locker room. And then that sort of behavior should make us billionaires, which will then pay for the legal fees. It's a foolproof plan. It can't go wrong.
Problematic, but
Yeah. All right, Sweat Hogs.
where can the listeners play along?
You can find us on Instagram.
No, on this. What if they want to play like a drinking game with their buddies?
Oh, it's on whatculture.com.
Oh, all right.
If only I had mentioned that.
Should have said that before
Yeah.
I look stupid.
You can let us know what you think about these quotes, or send us any other quotes from these two jackasses that you find. Like those two jackasses, not these two jackasses.
Yeah, we have plenty that you can.
You can find us on Instagram at Good Bad Wrestling. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Let us know what you guys think. Stay tuned if you're on the podcast for the news. We're going to break down what happened in the week in wrestling, and we will catch you guys down the road.
Peace.